Well, Isle of Media are having an event down at Peggy's on the Promenade, and Lucy, you come over from across, I think, Northern Ireland, isn't it? And you're doing a speech today to all the media bods on the Isle of Man. So what are you going to be telling us about?
Well, I'm going to be talking a bit about where I'm from and where I'm working now, Northern Ireland. So my background is as a producer, film and TV producer, and I'm now an academic teaching film studies in Belfast. And I recently moved back there, having been away for a long time, and it is really, really booming. Small place, small economy, creative industries are kind of the heavy industry there now. So I think it's an interesting comparison with a place like the Isle of Man.
I was going to say, can we learn things too?
Yeah, so I think it's really useful to think about how a place like the Isle of Man might be able to learn from the strategies that were used in Northern Ireland to get it to where it is.
I mean, with all this streaming media now, suddenly that's brought a whole new landscape, hasn't it, to things?
Yeah, I mean, I think, the big players like Netflix and Amazon have kind of really very much changed the landscape, certainly for producers of content, filmmakers, for distributors as well, and for viewers, for consumers. So, yeah, it's a kind of a post-Netflix world now in some ways, but it's certainly a digital world in terms of how we consume things.
All the time it's new technology though, isn't it? And people can do it with less people or, better technology. Isn't that, it's a plus and a minus, isn't it, with this whole thing of technology?
Yeah, I mean, one of the good things about it, I think, is that it's much, much easier to make a film, for example, than it used to be. And therefore it's much more accessible to everyone. And it's much more accessible to, for example, my film students who graduate and might want to, set up on their own making short form content, for example. That's a lot more doable now than it was even 10 years ago.
And that's it? You do your calling card, you go to film school, the sort of still the traditional ways of going through to get to the position you want to? Or can you, cross circuit that almost these days? Yeah,
I mean, I think it's both. So you can, if you want a more stable kind of career, you can certainly still go through broadcasters, production companies, studios, all of the digital agencies, and kind of work your way up that way. Or you can also set up on your own, which is something that I did. I run a production company, and I've written a book about that, which is specifically tailored to people who might want to set up a creative company and do it themselves, because it's very doable nowadays.
Have you had much chance to see what the Isle of Man's got and where it might get to?
I've done a little bit of background research. This is my first time on the island. I must say I'm blown away by how beautiful it is, and I really just want to have a bit of a walk around and see what's there.